Alcazolca's face is the picture of excitement. You have astonishing timing, Tolucc. Would you believe that I meant to send you for this very bell? Cerrito Corrido has summoned us both by name. His missive was unclear as to why he needs us, but when a living scholar calls, we can scarce dismiss him. Just imagine the sorts of things we might learn from him. The military tactics, the Nemean secrets. Come, my friend, let us make way for the shores of Bronze Lake, where Cerrito Corrido and untold knowledge await. Thank you for coming. I hope the journey was not too taxing. Not at all. Both Tolucc and I are ready and willing to help. But pray tell, why have you summoned us? Allow me to start at the beginning. After Lily freed my heart, I returned to my people. For the first time in an age, I was myself. And I was not alone for long. Many of my kin regained their sanity once the palace was freed of the Tonberry King's malignance. Though our minds were our own, our forms remained monstrous, and we dared not venture outside. Yet within our halls, we were content with our own company and the quiet life. But it did not last. One by one, we began to grow ill again, and then grotesque. The sickness that transformed us into Tonberries has returned. What? Are you certain? Beyond all doubt. 1,500 years past, powerful magics were used to seal us in a place alongside the sickness. Yet even those could not withstand the calamity. As we arose from our long slumber, the sickness awoke within us. As a scholar, I must see my people restored in mind and body both, but finding a cure will take many moons, perhaps even years. And that is the time that they do not have. Yet I presumed you will not stand idle while their condition worsens. This is why you summoned us, is it not? Just so. I plan to seal the worst afflicted within a section of the palace. There, they will slumber once more. This itself is no cure, but it will afford me the time I so desperately need to find a permanent solution. Now, as for the seal itself, an enchantment of this nature is not unlike a net. It is anchored at several points, and if not laid down in perfect balance, the magics will falter. In order to accomplish this balance, my people created keystones to focus and disperse aether. It is these keystones that I have need of, but I dare not seek them out myself for fear of being hunted. Then we will gather them in your stead. It is we, is it not, Tolucc? Thank you both. The original enchantment encircled this lake. The two of the keystones should be somewhere along the banks. If you search the shores, I have no doubt you'll find them. Is a search for keystones borne fruit? Yes, there could be no mistaking these runes. I have it! Whew, that was a pitched battle, I tell you. The keystone was in the clutches of an arachnid, and an ill-tempered one at that. That explains the distinctive odor, but the runes leave no doubt. Thank you, Alcazolca. It was the least I could do. I trust you can seal away the worst stricken of the Nimians now? It is not that simple, I fear. The enchantment will fail without 3 keystones, 2 on the outside and another at the center. I lack the grand keystone, and the knowledge to locate it. While I search, pray focus on your studies. I have a suspicion that what trials await will try you sorely as a scholar. Cerrito Corrido has been waiting for you. We have divined the location of the Grand Keystone, my friend. It lies in the ruins to the east. The credit for the find truly lies with Alcazolca. His knowledge of Nim is impressive. It was not long into our discussion of the stone's whereabouts that we were able to piece together where it must be. As you can imagine, he cannot contain his curiosity. Even now he is combing through the ruins. Please see that he comes to no harm. We often left guardians to watch our most precious assets. I told Alcazolca this, but he firmly believes the enchantments have worn thin. I am less sure, but be careful when you take the Grand Keystone. Tolucc, you've arrived in time. I believe our prize is just yonder, and I trust Cerrito Corrido mentioned the Guardians? I have my doubts they still guard our prize, but better safe than sorry. Should any awaken to our presence, we'll reduce them to rubble. Keep your wits about you, Tolucc. Guardian. Well, we have dug up much of Nim's past. Mayhap it's time we put a piece to rest. Haha, what a team we make! No foe can stand against a scholar and a marauder! The Grand Keystone is ours. Cerrito will no doubt be happy to get his hands on it. You're safe, thank the gods. And the Grand Keystone? Well done, you two. With this, I can cast a sealing enchantment over those of my people suffering most. I'm full glad to hear it. Soon the worst afflicted will be at peace once more, safely segregated from the others. This is only the first step. I will need to learn the cause of the sickness before seeing my people cured. You're not alone in this, Read-aloud. We three shall see an end to this blight. Thank you, Alcazolka. Tolucc, I'm proud to have you both at my side. Tolucc, it is time that you learned a new spell for giving succor to your comrades in arms. Indomitability. Once, it was a sole province of high-ranking scholars. May it serve you well henceforth. Read-aloud seems to be at wit's end. I have worked day and night on the cure, yet I have little to show for it. My research is at a standstill for lack of information. I feared as much. If ever men had knowledge of the sickness, it was long lost before this age. Even after careful study of Nemean tablets, I still know little more than what you have told me, that it came from the sea. From traders who returned from the South Seas, yes. They had lost their main mast and fearsome tempest and drifted, victims of the current until at last they ran aground on a desert isle. Half dead they stumbled ashore and would have perished for not the Lalafin tribe that lived there. These natives nursed the traders back to health and helped mend their ship. They even sent out men home with an amorpha etched with an ornate designs, a gift of friendship. In Nim, we had given them the rights due to those lost at sea. When they sailed into a port a year after they had left, you can imagine how joyful the mood was. Yet our joy soon turned to horror. The traders began to grow ill, for the sickness was upon them. They transformed, and the rest, you know. The story suggests the traders contracted a disease on the isle. The voyage home must have been... Hold on. The traders were hale and healthy when they returned to Nim? Yes? The sickness became known only after they reached port? You mean to suggest that it was not the men who bore the disease? Then who, or what? Something they carried, perhaps? Something like Islander's gift? That does seem to be the more likely culprit, but without the Amorpha, this is all conjecture, and I'd be astounded if even a shard of it remains after 1,500 years. As would I. It was placed on display in the royal halls for all to see. If only I had considered it a possible source. The royal halls? I know exactly where those used to be. Precious little remains of them, but I'll scour the area, and if Tolucc joins me, maybe we will be lucky. I beg your pardon. You found it intact? Incredible. I remember this as though it were yesterday. This is the self-same amphora. Then it truly is honest-to-God's miracle. Though it occurs to me now that we shouldn't handle it with a bit more care, assuming it can, turn us into tonberries. Void scent? That is what attempted you? Stop you from taking the amphora? Void scent are drawn to the magics of their own kind, which means a void scent of some strength was likely sealed therein. Yes, here. A binding sigil cut into the bottom. Dear gods, it cannot be. This is the work of Muck. Muck, Muck, beware the dark. Keep away or lose your heart. That Muck? An apt rhyme doubtless inherited from Nim. Muck was our enemy, rapacious and unwise. Their magic trafficked with the void, grew mighty from shadows, and attacked our lands time and again. Look no further than this, a sigil which sealed a void scent in this gift. The islanders must have been their pawns in a plot to bring us to our knees. We were fools. Not once did we consider that everything, from the tempest to our traders' miraculous return, might be a void mage ploy. I must return to my tombs. Pray, allow me time to research this, and please, tell me if you begin to transform. Your time away has not lightened Cerrito Corrido's mood. Thank you for joining me. I gather your noses have not shrunk and your ears? Good, then you are safe. I think the void scent inside the amphora has summoned its kind to distract you while it fled, magically concealed. Traces of this enchantment remained, but nothing else. There were no signs of toxin or miasma in the amphora. The corpses of the creatures you slew were likewise free of disease. What? Does this mean our invisible void scent is indeed what spread the sickness through Nim? That is what I've come to believe. As to why it fled, I can only suppose the long years bound within the vase robbed it of its strength to oppose you. But surely it can regain that strength. My gods, if it does, the entire realm is at terrible risk. It does pose a risk, but this is also an opportunity. If we can track it down and lay it low, its corpses may lead us to a cure. There is truth in that. Come, Tolucc, let us pursue this void scent forthwith. A moment, Alcazolca. It'll require all my skill to track the void scent, and time besides. Moreover, you cannot afford to be defeated once I have found it. As such, I have requested the aid of an old companion. Realm's gone to shite if these sorry specimens all the Royal Marines got left. But they'll march like proper soldiers when I'm done, or my name isn't Tolga. Sergeant Tolga, Tolucc, do you understand who this is? Before us stands the greatest drill instructor of the Nimian military. Come on, we have much and more to learn. Think you've got what it takes to be a Royal Marine? Ha! You make me laugh. Ever worn glasses in the battle, boy? Expect your foe to wait while you wipe blood from the lenses, do ya? And the scholar? Had a lot like you in the war. More use dead than alive. Having their corpses piled up around us to keep us safer than their damn magics ever did. You're a bloody joke. But I'm here to turn you into Royal Marines, and Royal Marines you will be. First, the creed. To victory come hell or high water. Come on, let me hear you. To victory! Come, hells or high water! How do you expect to strike fear into your enemies whispering like that? Open your gobs and say it like you mean it. To victory! Come hell's or high water, sir! Well, you show spirit, I'll give you that. Now, to your tasks. First, the scholar. There's a band of Mamarolagel sellswords that have been eyeing our palace. Walk up to them with a great stupid grin and laugh in their leader's face. The Horus Sons will hurl everything they have at you for that. Acquit yourself well and you pass. Now go! Why do you laugh? You think my old jaw's funny? No, you funny. I laugh, see? You die now. You're both still alive, not half bad. But any real Marine could have done it twice as fast. You truly are the sorriest excuse for a unit I've ever seen. With all due respect, sir, the tasks you gave us were, what was I supposed to achieve by massaging that man with salamander oil? You bloody fool! If you got ass and you learned nothing. And you, scholar, are you going to tell me you don't know why I had you fight without a protector? Chaos reigns in the battlefield. The Marines around you are all you've got, and they will die for your failings. Marines, scholars, everyone has to do what it takes to survive, to be all they can be. Until you understand that, you're not fit to face even the weakest void scent. That is all for today. Now get back to training. You're dismissed. Sir, yes, sir. I've been a fool, Tolucc. I'll do as he says. To victory come hell's or high water. Cerrito Corrida would ask again for your assistance. How goes the training, friends? As Tolucc's comrade in arms, it's clear that her prowess with the scholarly arts has increased immeasurably thanks to Sergeant Tolga's advice. Alas, the same cannot be said for me. I had already thought myself a master at Nemean techniques, frankly, based on what I had gleaned from the tablets we uncovered, but the sergeant's training has robbed me of that notion. I'm still a novice. Until Sergeant Tolga says I am worthy, I wish to continue training. Your ambition does you well, Akazolka. Stay true to this path, and you will become as fine a Marine as ever marched under our banner. Well, I suppose I have no choice but to ask you to do the work too, Tolucc. I've tried every method known to me to find our missing void scent, but without success. It seems Nemean magics will not suffice. That comes as little surprise. The void scent was in Nox's thrall, and likely chosen for the ability to circumvent Nemean wards. Yes, which is why I hope your academics have answers I do not. Have you any writings on void scent? I believe the Thaumaturge's Guild in Ul'dah has a collection dating back centuries, including some authored by the Beldian forefathers. Beldian, not Maki? Perhaps they were the heirs to the Void Mage legacy. In any case, this Ul'dah seems a place to visit. Will you go in my stead, Tolucc? I suggest you seek out Yayake. She's an old friend whose love of ancient tombs rivals my own. I wish I could see her in person, but I must continue my training, as well as look after the new recruits. 1, 2, 3! To victory, Tolucc, come hells or high water! Ah, our own avatar of devastation. To what do we owe this pleasure? Alkazoka? That is not a name I expected to hear, but I'm glad my fellow book lover is well. I have indeed read a void sin able to perfectly conceal their form. There was a tomb on the subject. Unseen was the title, penned in the 5th Astral Era. Unfortunately, it is no longer part of our collection. A member of the guild borrowed it for his research expedition, a project which was to last some few moons. However, that was 5 years ago, and he has yet to be heard from since. A pity. He proposed the most fascinating theories on void scent and traveled to the western highlands of Kurthus to put them to proof. Alas, that area was rendered inhospitable by the calamity. There's a chance, of course, that the man is alive in the book unharmed. We traced his journey as far as Falcon's Nest. Mayhap someone there can point you toward where he ventured next. How now, adventurer? On the trail of a researcher who visited 5 years ago? That's not much to go on. The garrison was still stationed here in those days. Sabinini is in charge of organizing the records. If any here know of your researcher, it'll be her. Oh, hello. How might I help you? A man researching void scent? Yes. Where was it he was mentioned? Oh, that's right. He stayed here for a time before taking the North Star downriver, which was one among many sunk by the fearsome Primal's rampage during the calamity. The lucky few who made it to shore were then eaten by Vilekin? Well, the boat ran aground and hasn't moved since the river froze over. You may wish to search the wreck yourself, though. Do be careful of the local wildlife. Have you found anything to aid our cause? These things have all seen better days. But here's the book, and the writing is still legible. It'll take some time and patience, but I'm hopeful its secrets will allow us to snare our invisible void scent. Do my eyes deceive me, or did you track down a book? Splendid, Tolucc! As for me, I would like to think I've improved by leaps and bounds, thanks to Sergeant Tolga. The recruits are coming along nicely as well. With a bit more training, every individual in our unit will be able and ready to face our void-sent foe in battle. Very good. Then let us all to attend to the tasks. The day of reckoning will be upon us soon enough. Cerrito Corrido appears resolute. I have it, Tolucc. The means to track our invisible void scent. The time has come to discuss our attack. Haha, I've been waiting for this day. What's the plan, Cerrito Corrido? First, we'll need to track our quarry. I believe that it has been feeding upon the aether of local creatures to regain its strength. The way in which it feeds leaves behind unique ethereal traces. As breadcrumbs mark the path of a hungry child, their trail will lead us straight to the void scent. How are we to detect these traces? With Lily's aid. She can sense where the void scent has left aether undevoured. We will begin our search where you unearthed the amphora, and follow where Lily leads. Once she senses the void scent is near, we will force it to show itself. Lily will illuminate the area and her light will dispel the magics concealing it. Right, my dear? With the void scent visible, we will attack with all our might. The Marines will charge and kill it before it causes more damage. This is it, Tolucc, our chance to prove the might of our core. Little one, the fate of the realm is in your hands. Are you ready? Then our course is clear. May our plan ensure the sickness never again claims a victim. To victory come hells or high water! What is it, Tolucc? But that way lies Camp Bronze Lake. What purpose could it have there? The healing waters? No, I suppose it is home to... Of course! The wounded Maelstrom soldiers! It means to spread the sickness anew through them! We must stop it, quickly, to the camp! God damn it, this place is bloody crowded. If we don't find the void scent quickly, there'll be a lot more tonberries. But how do we draw it out into the open if we can't see it? Get the soldiers to evacuate. Tolucc, find the void scent with Lily's light. Tolucc! At long last. Whoa, monster! For Limsa, for the Dawnberries, and for glory, attack! To victory! Come hells or high water! Is it? Get back! It's trying to infect us! No! Now, Tolucc! Aha! We are victorious! Yes. When I think on the horror it visited upon my people, But now, no one else will share our fate. My thanks to you and Alcazoka both. Aye, you've got my gratitude as well. Good to see you proper Royal Marines at it again. Indeed it is. Today, the torches passes to you. May the Royal Marines evermore defend the people. Bloody Tonberry eyes, always running with... Bah, who am I kidding? You did a fine job indeed. But don't you dare think of easing up on your training on account of one victory. If you sully the name of my beloved Marines, I'll flay the skin off your back. Ain't common feeling that safe in battle. I reckon those Nimians knew what they were doing with them scholars and fairies. I'll have your back too if you ever need it. An honor fighting beside you, madam. If you ever need one of us, you need only ask. Imagine, Tolucc, defeating a Voidson over 1,500 years old. When we first met, I didn't dare think we'd achieve such things together. The threat is gone and the Royal Marines are born anew. Not a bad day's work, I dare say. But we are far from finished. I do not know what threats the futures hold, but they will not find us unprepared, as long as I have aught to say about it. To victory, my friend, come hell's or high water! I've gathered the Voidsense remains. With careful research, they should yield the secrets I need to heal my people. I am not so naive as to believe the answers will come quickly, yet the cure shall be ours one day. For now, my people will labor so that we may walk with yours toward a brighter dawn. I would see a future where we are part of the realm, not shunned by it. Thank you, my friend. Lily chose most wisely in you. Allow me to pass on to you one of Nim's mightiest abilities, Dissipation. It is a secret spell meant for use only by those scholars who have earned the full trust of their fairy companions. Use it with care. Now, I must return to my people and you to yours. Fare you well, and may our efforts make tomorrow a brighter day.